Hi, my name is Brian Diggs. I'm the director of UMCOR West Office and Depot in Salt Lake City, Utah. UMCOR is the humanitarian arm of the United Methodist Church. UMCOR stands for the United Methodist Committee on Relief. UMCOR focuses on lots of things: world health, world hunger, world poverty, immigration and refugee reform, and then finally disaster relief, and that's both national and international disaster relief. Here at UMCOR West in Salt Lake City, we're a part of the disaster relief program. We build disaster relief kits. In fact, one of the great things about UMCOR is that we're mostly run by volunteers. In fact, behind me you see a group of volunteers from Rancho Cordova, California, which is located near Sacramento. Typically here at UMCOR West, groups will come in for an entire week at a time. They'll travel from all over the country, from places as far away as Annapolis, Maryland, and they'll spend the entire week here at UMCOR West building disaster relief kits. Here at UMCOR West, we have 7 different kinds of disaster relief kits that we build. We have 3 that are geared towards family and infants. We have a layette kit. In fact, beyond my right shoulder, you can see our group building layette kits as we speak. Layette kits are very simple kits. They consist of a couple of receiving blankets, onesies, diapers, diaper pins, all the things a family's going to need as they welcome a child into their midst. We also have a very popular kit called our school kit, and those kits are geared towards elementary kids who are going into school. And so they're school bags filled with crayons and pencils and rulers and pencil sharpeners and paper. Again, all the things a young elementary student is going to need as he or she enters back into school after a civic or natural disaster. And finally, we have a clean birthing kit. UMCOR wanted to address the huge death rate of mothers and children around this world due to unsanitary conditions. Our clean birthing kit is very simple. It's a piece of plastic sheeting to put underneath the mother. There are things like receiving blankets, there's soap to clean the midwife and the mother before the birth, a razor blade to cut the umbilical cord, and string to tie it off. Again, this kit saves the lives of moms and children all over the world. We have a bedding kit, we have a sewing kit, we have a very popular kit called a health kit. Again, those are just basic hygiene items that we take for granted here in the United States. Things like toothbrush and toothpaste and towels and soaps and Band-Aids and nail clippers. And then finally, we have a cleaning bucket. And our cleaning buckets all stay in the United States. Every other kit can and generally does go beyond the border of the United States. Our cleaning buckets do stay here, and they're geared for families who have suffered a flood or a fire and who are in the midst of cleaning up their homes once again. So they consist of cleaning agents and scrubbers and gloves and clotheslines and clothespins. So we're really excited about these kits. Again, our groups come in, spend a week at a time with us, and they'll build sometimes one kit the entire week, or sometimes we'll have them build 3 different kinds of kits, depending on our need and our shipment schedule. UMCOR West is the first sister depot to UMCOR Sager Brown, located in Baldwin, Louisiana. Sager Brown boasts 50,000 square feet of warehouse space on an old school campus. So because of that, in Baldwin, Louisiana, there are dormitories for volunteers to stay in, and there's a cafeteria for volunteers to eat in. Here at UMCOR West, we're in a much more urban area as opposed to UMCOR Sager Brown. Again, our groups will stay in area churches, and they'll usually brown bag their lunch in here to the facility and then cook at night when they go back to their hotels or churches or the Episcopal Retreat Center. I think one of the strengths about the United Methodist Committee on Relief, and especially here at UMCOR West, is that we don't have a lot of administrative cost. Here in this 22,000 square foot warehouse, we have 2 employees that work full time. But the real workers are the volunteers that come in and week out all year long, who really do the work. They'll take vacation time, spend their own money, their own dollars to come down to UMCOR West and to volunteer because they know they're giving to a good cause, and a cause that's going to meet the needs of people all over the world, most of the time people that they're never going to see.
No, both of our trailers were all other stuff. We had to borrow a trailer this year. That's it. We've got trailers.
Hi, I'm Diane from Yellowstone Conference, and my church is Corvallis, Montana.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
We just brought everything in today in our usual mode of operation, which is a horse trailer. Unload mostly flood buckets. We started out in Hamilton, Montana, and at 6 o'clock this morning, and so we arrived here at 2 o'clock in Salt Lake City.
So are you going to drive back today?
We are.
Oh my goodness.
Part of the way. We won't drive all the way, but we'll get a few hours under our belt.
I'm Shelby and I'm from right here in Ogden, Utah. I love UMCOR because it's close to home and it's an easy place when I had some free time like today to just stop by and do some community service, and every time I'm in here I meet a cool new group of people from all over the United States.
My name is Carol Good and I'm from Rancho Cordova, California. I've come here with a group of 9 people who are going to be spending the whole week here. This is my 3rd year at UMCOR West, and I love coming here. There's so much to do. We stay busy 8 hours a day for the week that we're here, and it's such a rewarding experience. Today we're going to do layette kits. That's what we've been doing all morning, and we're going to probably be doing it for a little while longer this week. Basically, we gather up the materials together and we make sure that everything we put in the kit follows the exact amount of each item. For example, here we're doing this layette kit here, and we have 2 receiving blankets, we have 6 diapers, we have 2 washcloths, 2 onesies or t-shirts, usually a sleeper, and a little layette gown. And these are the little gowns that we've been sewing in our sewing room. And it's topped off by a lovely little sweater, and most of them are homemade by people who donate them and send them here to the center. So once we've made the kit, we actually, and Kay's doing this over here, she's bundling it up with a receiving blanket, and she pins it with 2 diaper pins, nice and firm. These are the kits that have been completed. Once they're completed, we take them over here, and there's 7 of them we put in each box. Each box is exactly alike. We count 7, and so they have to all fit just right so that when we put the boxes on the pallet, they fit nicely. And then I'm not sure how many boxes go onto a pallet. 28 boxes to a pallet. So anyway, over here I have the contents of a layette kit laid out. The diapers, the pins, the little sweater, the gown, the PJs, 2 receiving blankets, 2 t-shirts or onesies, and then the 2 washcloths. So that's basically what we're going to be doing this week, and we find that it's really, really an important part of our mission outreach to come here to UMCOR West. Everybody from our congregation in our district comes with supplies. They donate a lot of the supplies, so when we do come here, we load up our car and bring these things here, and we put them together in the kits. It's quite a wonderful experience. I love coming here.
This is our sewing room at UMCOR West, and I think one of the unique things about the mission opportunity here at UMCOR West is that we do have folks who spend a lifetime sewing. When they come to UMCOR West, they can actually sew many of the things that we put into our kits. Specifically speaking, our folks here at UMCOR West sew the school bags that have all the materials for our school kit. They'll also sew things like the nightgowns that go in our layette kit. And finally, they will sew and put together baby jackets that also go into the layette kit. The sewing room here at UMCOR West, I think, is a special place, not just because it provides us with the materials that we need to fill our kits, but more importantly, it's a place where people can come together and fellowship and feel like they're making a real difference in the world, because they are. Oftentimes people will ask me, how do you get all the things that you have in your warehouse? Well, we get them from one source. That's the generosity of ordinary folks from all over the country. There are a couple of ways to do that. Folks can go to our website, umcor.org. They can check out the 7 different kinds of kits that I mentioned, and they can send those kit supplies to us here in Salt Lake City. They can send the entire kit that's already built or send supplies that we'll later put in kits. Folks can also donate to us financially. The website to do that can be found at advancinghope.org. Methodist Church has about 3,000 advanced projects. Each of those projects is assigned a number. When an individual gives to that project, there is a guarantee that 100% of that money is going to go to that project, and 0% of that money is going to go towards the administrative costs. UMCOR West and UMCOR Sager Brown share a number, or what we call an advance number. So every dollar that you give to that number goes to help us buy supplies that we use here at UMCOR West and at UMCOR Sager Brown. That advance number is 901-440. Again, it's 901-440, and the website is advancinghope.org. I think the unique thing about UMCOR is that we pay for all of our administrative costs through one offering a year. The United Methodist Church has a special offering. It usually takes place at the end of March, the beginning of April, and it's called the One Great Hour of Sharing Offering. United Methodists from all over the world give to that, and every penny of that goes to pay for the administrative costs of UMCOR. So that's how UMCOR pays all of its staff all around the world. But again, I think the unique thing about UMCOR is that there's not a lot of staff. In fact, the unique thing about UMCOR is that our staff are really folks who are willing to volunteer their time and volunteer their money and volunteer their lives to this humanitarian cause. So again, every dollar that's donated to UMCOR goes to purchase the supplies and the materials that we use here on a daily basis to build the 7 different kinds of disaster relief kits that we then in turn send all across the world. And none of it goes towards the administrative costs. In other words, paying my salary or my assistant's salary. UMCOR now finds ourselves, we have consultants or offices in over 80 countries now. So we're really excited about that. And here at UMCOR West, we have shipped to faraway places all over the world. In fact, some of our most recent shipments have been to places like Haiti, South Sudan, and then most recently we sent about 24,000 clean birthing kits to Ethiopia. One of the great things about working for UMCOR is UMCOR's tremendous reputation, especially when it comes to shipping the goods that we have all over the world. We'll send things like over 20,000 kits at a time to places like the South Sudan. Because of UMCOR's great reputation, custom agents generally allow our products to go through, our humanitarian aid products to go through because of our reputation. And we're really proud of that. One of the things that our volunteers do here at UMCOR West is really what I like to call humanitarian quality control. What they'll do is they'll make sure that every single kit we build is built to the proper specifications so that our good reputation with customs agents all over the world will continue. Our group's about to engage in a pallet prayer. Every time we finish a pallet at UMCOR West, we say this prayer. There was a man named Pete Smith from Golden, Colorado, who wrote this prayer out for his group, and everybody loved it so much I asked him to email me a copy of that. Instead of an email, he sent me that big banner over my left shoulder. So it's become tradition here at UMCOR West for us to say this prayer and then to shout at the end, when the earth rocks, UMCOR rolls. All right, who's starting this?
Most gracious and loving God, we come together to do your work, one item at a time, one kit at a time, one box at a time, one pallet at a time, to serve one person at a time, who is one from the multitude of your children in need across this world. Amen. When the earth rocks, UMCOR rolls.
But it was.
That was it? We really want to encourage you to visit our website. That's umcor.org or umcor.org. When you get to that website, you can find out all kinds of information about what UMCOR does in general. But if you click on relief supplies, you'll quickly see UMCOR West listed as a part of the Disaster Relief Network. Earlier I mentioned Sager Brown in Baldwin, Louisiana. but we actually have 6 other warehouses that participate in what UMCOR is doing. While they're not official UMCOR depots and warehouses, they do help supply us here at UMCOR West and at Sager Brown. You can get lists of all the kits that we make, all 7 kinds, and the contents can be found on that page as well. And then finally, you can also watch videos on that page. These videos are brief instructional videos that teach people how to build the kits that we produce here at UMCOR West. Here at UMCOR West, we often paraphrase, I almost said quote, but paraphrase St. Francis of Assisi, who once said, preach the gospel at all times, and when all else fails, use your words. Here at UMCOR West, and also at UMCOR Sager Brown, and as United Methodists who are involved in UMCOR, we really believe that we're called to preach the gospel by serving the least of these, or the most vulnerable of populations around the world. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions, feel free to call me at any time, 801-973-7250. This is Brian Diggs, the Director of UMCOR West. Thank you very much.